Hello friends, Ben Ochart here. Let's do our weekly lap of the fish room, and I appreciate you spending the time with me each week to take a look at what's going on in here and to get an update on all the tanks and all the fish. So let's go ahead and get right into it. The Betta fish are doing great. Look at the colors on that guy. Absolutely beautiful. And then this is his little Dumbo duplex mate. Also very, very pretty. They like to do an occasional face-off right there at the wall. But most of the time when I'm down here, they just ignore each other. But they're doing great, and so is the plecos and the coolie loaches in here. We have some Sprite that the Betta love playing in at the top. A lot of places to go in and out of, which Betta like, and including caves. There's real wood on both sides, and this Anubias plant, which is doing great in here. Next we have the Livebearer Tank. It's a little 20-gallon tall from Glass Cages here in Tennessee. Love the colors on these Livebearers. You can see some of the fry that have made it. The fry trying to hide up here in the Sprite. And a surprising number of them seem to be making it, and there's always a female ready to burst. There's one of the plecos back there. A couple cory cats in here. Some pagoda snails. There's a little nerite snail up here in the corner. Barely make them out. Move the light up a little bit, you can see them better. See if you can make them out. I put some almond leaves in some of the tanks. There's one of the cories. Cute little guy. I'm using some of these co-op almond leaves. Premium quality Indian almond leaves. Supposed to do good stuff to the tank. My Anubias Experiment is doing very, very well. The SAE, the Siamese algae eater, has pretty much cleaned all of the hair algae off of the plant. This plant is pretty much ready to go back. Yeah, good job there, buddy. This plant is pretty much ready to go back into the 55-gallon planted tank. I think I'll just use this tank as a algae cleaning station. Even one of the snails is in there getting some. See him in there. Yeah, there's several of these pagoda snails in here. They like to bury themselves. There's one right on the glass. I've got this little honey gourami who's in quarantine right now. In about a month he'll be ready for the bigger tank. I also have that little clamshell snail in here. Oh, there he is. He's up there on the glass. If you can make him out. Looks like a freshwater clam. You can see him from this side. I thought he was a freshwater clam when I first saw him. So I'm happy. I'm happy because this is a very high flow aquarium, which creates a very ideal situation for black-bearded algae to grow. And that plant is pretty much cleaned off. So good job. Good job, Mr. SAE. I mean, the autos had done a pretty good job already, but this is much better. There's also a pleco in here, but he never really was doing much about the black-bearded algae. The SAE did a much better. You see he's back at it now on the stems. Keep at it there, buddy. After he gets it all cleaned up, I'll put a little zucchini in there. Give him a little treat. The snails love the zucchini. Here's the 90-gallon. The beautiful electric blue Ochart, pushing about 5 inches, maybe 4.5 to 5 inches. It's a big boy. Love the markings on this red spotted gold severum. Here's the red shoulder. Silver dollars are doing great. Let's go around the front, work our way around this light fixture. It's feeding time, so they're all coming up to the glass. Let me give you a little more light on this one. Love the way the silver dollars tend to school together. Of course, these geos are beautiful. Let's go over to the planted tank. It's the 55-gallon planted tank. Plants are doing pretty good. Remember, I've got some of those co-op root tabs. I'm using some of the Easy Green liquid fertilizer. And these plants are mostly co-op plants. Root tabs are just spread out in the substrate, of course. The little autos are living in here now. There's one of them on the glass. But you can see the, I've cut back the intensity of the light. There goes one of the autos. I cut back the intensity of the light. Doing small water changes once a week. This is the little neon playground. They love being under the overhang of these crypts, of these plants. They usually hang together. You can see the plants are doing great. So cutting back the light, water changes, root tabs, Easy Green, phosphate pads, also from the Aquarium Co-op. I think it's really bringing this tank around. Love these little autos, they're so cute. Auto sinkless. There's Big Mama. That's the original pagoda snail, half buried in the sand back there. She's pushing over 2 inches long. Just a beautiful snail. Looks like this cherry barb is holding some eggs. I've gotten some fry from her before, some eggs from her before. There's 3 in here. One of them was born in one of the other tanks. Love the way the rasboras, the way they like to school as well. Got some cories in here. I would like to add 2 or 3 more. And some great little rummy noses. A couple of these rummy noses are getting big, like that one right there. There's about 5 rummy noses in here. There's about 4 or 5 lemons. Got some Buenos Aires tetras, like this guy right here. The Buenos Aires tetras are very aggressive eaters, so you have to really spread the food around in this tank, or else the other fish are not going to get to it, like the red serpas, who are kind of slow at going after the food. Well, there's one of the plecos working his way on the wood, working his way around on the wood. The whiptail catfish is probably underneath this log where he likes to hang out. You can make him out, make his body out there. Whiptail catfish. In the next tank we have the hospital tank. The Insignis is actually looking, the marks on the side of his body are actually looking better. So he is responding to a lot of clean water. I stopped the medication. I put some activated charcoal in the filter to pull the meds out, gave it a water change. And now I'm just waiting for him to heal up. There is a little bit of salt in this water, so they're getting a little bit of a salt treatment. And then I have the Autopharynx tetrastigma, the fish that refuses to die. Kind of an amazing fish. He was supposed to die like 4 times. But here he is. He's eating, he swims around, he's staying upright. He was having trouble staying upright before and just sort of rolling around, and now he's swimming fine, going after food. A little shocking, actually. Got a couple small plecos in here. They usually hang out between the heater and the back wall. There is one of them at the bottom of this Expertmatic internal filter. You can see his tail hanging off the bottom of it. Here's the 210. Get you a little more light on that one. This is Sally. Sally the Salvini. Absolutely beautiful fish. The 2 chocolates, they always are in the same vicinity of each other. The 2 chocolate cichlids. They're putting on some good size and looking real good. Don't have any damage on them. So whoever was picking on them pretty hard before has stopped, because their bodies look really good, really healed up. Here's Jackie, another female, Jack Dempsey. So instead of Jack, she's Jackie. Instead of Salvini, it's Sally. Love the markings on a green tear. Salvini protects the left side of the tank. Doesn't like anyone hanging around her cave. The albino. The albino Oscar. It's an albino red tiger Oscar. And this, I believe, might be a brother. We've got this giant vieja. Love the colors on this vieja. Pinks, blues, blacks. This is also a female, this little Nicaragua, who likes getting into it with the firemouth. All right, let's wrap up with the 300. We've had a little drama here in the 300. Nothing really bad. The first was a very big pit here in the back that was dug out by the living stone eye, Nimbochromis living stone eye, and was being defended by the living stone eye. Then the living stone eye sort of got off of it. There he is right there. She realized that no female was coming. Then we have a big pit here in this part of the aquarium. Not sure if you can make it out. It's a pretty big, wide crater, and that belonged to this guy right here, the Malawi trout. And he was really defending it a couple days ago. Was really defending it, and actually up to about yesterday evening, and he's sort of backed off just a little bit now. So he's probably realized, well, I don't think a female is going to be showing up here. So this Fusco is looking spectacular. Beautiful markings on the body. Great egg spots. Lethrinops oculatus. It's my miracle bicolor 500, who somehow successfully hangs with these big boys. Love the sand diver. All the fish are looking nice and plump. I try to spread the food around, and I use both floating and sinking food so everybody has a shot. This is a turquoise hap. Starting to get a little bit of the turquoise color in the body. That crazy face on a hawk. The craziest face is the gar, though. Right there, that's the Malawi gar. Crazy looking. It's a beautiful Venusis, really yellow, probably the most yellow Venusis I've ever owned, with the biggest blaze on the forehead, right next to the living stone eye. Buccochromis rhodesii yellow. This fish is a total stud. Just a beautiful specimen. There's the Coengi. Come over here and show everybody how pretty you are. I'm looking forward to getting some more cichlids from the Cichlid Shack over in Tempe, Arizona. They're the source of all of these. This crazy looking eye biter. It's a fish from Mars. I'm trying to work out the details with James on getting some fish sent over. This tank could probably use another, I don't know, anywhere from maybe 5 or 6, but I've got to get them a good size because these fish are all pretty good size, except maybe for the oculatus and the bicolor 500. The colors on that tangerine tiger right there. It's a tangerine tiger. So he's got a little itch. Sometimes fish will scratch themselves against a rock or the substrate. If they just do it once or twice, don't worry about it. If they're doing it repeatedly over and over relentlessly to the point where they're almost damaging their scales, you probably have a problem. There might be a parasite or something going on in the water, a reaction to pH or something is going on. So there's your fish room update, all things considered. I think things are going well in here. And any tips, advice, any suggestions, any fish you think I should be looking at acquiring, let me know. And I'm always learning from you. I learned quite a bit from you, actually, especially in these recent, with the Bettas, the Livebearers, the planted tank, and even when I got into the South and Central Americans, your advice and tips really, really came in handy. So keep them coming. Go ahead and comment below, and I'll see you on Saturday at the Cichlids and Coffee live stream, 11 o'clock Central Time. That's 9 a.m. Pacific, noon Eastern. And if you like this channel, be sure to subscribe, hit the notification bell, hit the thumbs up, and consider becoming a Patreon monthly supporter, a member of the Garage Gang. The details are in the description. Thank you, my friends. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.